This is exactly how I would train if I only had 3 months to become an elite arm wrestler. This plan is not for balance, it's for obsession. And if I only had 3 months to train, I would treat it like it's my job. So this video is going to be broken into 3 key phases. Phase 1, we'll be focusing on building the foundation. Phase 2, we'll be diving deep into specialization and pressures. And then moving on to phase 3 will be tactical, refined, and explosiveness. Now I need you guys to stay to the end of the video because I'm going to be providing you guys with a free training program for each phase. I will then be giving you a nutritional plan that is very easy to follow. On top of that, I'm going to be giving you guys a supplement stack for those who are natural and for those who are not natural. And to finish off the video, in my opinion, the most important is going to be the final week leading up to your tournament and what you should do. So to start off the video, let's talk about phase 1. This is going to be weeks 1 to 4 of building the base. I need you guys to focus on tendon preparation, technique immersion, and of course, general arm wrestling strength. So for phase 1, we are going to be focusing on 6 days a week of training, 1 day off. Your Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I need you guys to be working on the table, specifically with a pulley and a strap if you have that availability. Now your main focus for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is going to be your table time. This is going to be with a pulley system or a strap. I want you guys to focus on top roll entry, back pressure, cupping, posting, or your side pressure basics. Your Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday is going to be tendon strength and forearms. For your arm wrestling lifts, you guys need to focus on wrist curls, pronation, supination, riser, and back pressure. Pretty much anything that you can do isometric. I want you guys to focus in the 10 to 30 second range, stay in tight, get in that isolated hold position, and that's just where you're gonna gain most of your strength. Now, throughout the week, I need you guys to be in a gym. Focus on some compound movements. If it's weighted pull-ups, if it's lat pulls, if it's anything pressing related, try to put 80 to 90% of your effort because this is also going to help you from a foundational standpoint of strength. Now, because you're going to be putting a lot of strain on your muscles, try to get in some proper recovery. I know this is going to be difficult because you're training so much, but here are a couple tips for you. Use ice and contrast baths if possible that are going to help your elbow and your wrists. 10 minutes daily. Focus on forearm tendon massages. It's going to help you quite a bit. And blood flow on your off days, which you technically only have 1 day a week. So throughout the week, just try to get a bunch of blood flow outside of your training program. Now, on top of recovery, you also need supplements that are going to help you get to the next level, recovery related. I need you to be taking collagen and vitamin C 30 minutes prior to training. This is going to help you recover quicker and make more gains. Next is omega-3 fatty acids. Take your fish oils. Unless if you're already eating fish, take your fish oils. On top of omegas, you are going to require some electrolytes and some branched chain amino acids. This is going to help you repair your muscle quicker. That'll help you make more gains. And of course, creatine 5 to 15 milligrams per day. So now we move on to phase 2. This is going to be weeks 5 to 8, and this is specialization on yourself, pressures, and this is going to be mainly a focus for practicing that ready go, or in my opinion, attacking. In my opinion, what you need to focus on in this phase is going to be pressure resistance and table IQ. Again, this is going to be very rigorous. It's going to be a 6 day a week training with 1 day off for full recovery. 3 days a week, sticking with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I want you to be doing live table time or simulated matchups. When I'm talking about live table time, I'm talking about actual band work. Bands go a very long way, and with the resistance, it literally simulates arm wrestling. The best thing about bands, in my opinion, is that it helps fatigue you, which is going to help your endurance, aka going to help you with arm wrestling. During this time, you have to learn your lane control, you have to protect that wrist, and of course, defending top roll and hook. For your other 3 days, your Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, you need to be doing max effort strap holds. Anything that's going to be in that 3 to 5 second max range, that'll help you get in that isometric position, which mimics arm wrestling. If you guys want a little trick, go up to a wall, take your hand, put it up against the wall, and I would say do 80 to 90% pressure of something that's immovable. So you can put all that pressure against and it's not going to move anymore, but you're building up so much static pressure when you're right here, just that pushing motion. And when you get on a table, it's going to be very difficult for someone to move your arm. So throughout phase 2, I need you to be bringing up your weight. This is going to be adding progressively heavier cupping and pronation. So anything you can get your hands on where you can go a little bit heavier, this is the best time to do it. In addition to this, I would highly recommend recording all of your content if possible. This is going to help you analyze and make adjustments for your upcoming tournament. Practice micro adjustments if this means handles, drag angles, shoulder positioning, anything that you can take away from that you can make adjustments to push you that much further. So now we move on to phase 3, and this is your weeks 9 to 12, specifically focusing on explosiveness. Now, during this time, you will still be training 6 times a week, 1 day completely off for active recovery, but you need to be very explosive during this time. So twice a week, I want you to be doing explosive arm wrestling lifts. If this is banded hits, dynamic wrist curls, if it's just literally cupping and slamming to the side, go for it. On top of explosing lifts, you need to be doing table speed and defense. So this will be really the only time I want you to practice yourself in a defensive position. And then once you're in a defensive position, I want you to side pressure, slam to the winning pad. Make sure when you're doing this very fast, you're staying connected, and you're just thinking mentally about how the match is going in that moment of time. So I will give you an example. Usually you start a ready go center of table, right? Practice getting a lot of pressure, and let's just call it a defensive hook. You're over here. When you get that stop, commit that shoulder and then just drive right to the winning pad. This is going to help you build a little bit of resistance in that isometric setting from being in a defensive position to winning a match. Now, the other 2 days a week, you can choose however you want this to work, but this is going to be specifically for recovering and injury proofing your training. So in my opinion, this is where you're going to be doing very light band work, like contrast therapy, grip resets. If it just means getting in a strap, adjusting that strap, getting all that blood flow in the hand, getting the Devon cupping tool set up on your hand, getting all that strict resistance, and just practicing the setup, strap work, getting tons and tons of blood flow. Now, one very important factor I want to mention here, when you're doing some of these exercises, I really need you to close your eyes and just think about the match on the ready go. This is going to help you for your table IQ, for just picturing where the pressures are coming from. And then when you actually get in a tournament setting, you don't have to think so much about when that ready go happens because you've been training it regardless. Now, luckily for you guys, I made a video a while back that's now finally picking up, and this is an arm wrestling ready go speed audio, and it's phenomenal. I'm just gonna place the video right up here and you guys can take a watch, use it. It's only gonna help you in the long run. Now, with all 3 phases completed, I want to give you guys a very basic nutritional plan. How this is going to work, you are going to need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This is going to help you maintain, if not push past your weight just a little bit, while not gaining fat and actually gaining muscle. Like I mentioned previously, I need you to be taking collagen and vitamin C 30 minutes prior to training. And if you can get yourself on some caffeine or a pre-workout, I highly recommend it. In my opinion, pre-workout goes a long way. It's a way for you to mentally get stimulated, prepared to have a great training session. During this time, focus on your joint hydration, your mineral balance. So be taking your magnesium, sodium, potassium. A banana is literally the perfect pre-workout food. So if you want your potassium, take a banana. You're legitimately adding muscle while recovering at full capacity. So here is my full supplement stack for someone who is enhanced versus non-enhanced. Starting with non-enhanced. Like mentioned, take your collagen, your vitamin C 30 minutes prior to training. I need you to be taking 5 to 15 milligrams of creatine. Make sure you're adding in your fish oils, your omega-3 fatty acids, extremely well needed for your joints and the list goes on and on. On top of this supplement stack, a dark horse I would like to say would be ashwagandha. This is going to help your cortisol levels, but most importantly, it's going to help boost your natural testosterone, help you sleep better, and it's just great to have. Now, if you are enhanced, if you are a more advanced arm wrestler, or you prefer to maybe not go the full natural route, make sure you are cruising at least on testosterone, and I would highly recommend TB500 and the BPC157 peptide. So the TB500 improves systemic tissue healing and regeneration, while the BPC157 targets and enhances local repair. One preps the battlefield, the other leads the charge. So in your final week, this is going to be tapering off your table work and lowering your volume plus your max tension lifts. Besides staying very hydrated during this period of time, you have to get better sleep. So if your sleep schedule isn't on point, I recommend for at least the last week, really focus on 8 to possibly even 10 hours of sleep, because when game day arrives, you have to be ready. The day before the tournament, just go over the matches in your mind, picture everything visually, just get set up on the table, don't lift any weights. If anything, just get a very light band. Think about everything that possibly could go on a table and just focus on attacking, winning, and being very explosive. If I only had 90 days to become elite, I'd stop training like a bodybuilder and start training like a surgeon. I'd attack the exact angles that win matches, recover like a pro, and live like I already was one. If I were to restart arm wrestling all over again today, here's exactly what I would do. Watch my most recent video just right there, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Peace.